Hello, everybody, for an impromptu late Monday, at least late for me, Monday evening show. Hope everybody had a good World Cup. So we'll talk a little bit about the World Cup, but more importantly, Inter Miami's back. So we're going to talk about that and whatever else you guys want to talk about. Get active in the chat and let's get going. But of course, I don't do this by myself. Everybody say hello to everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. How you doing, Ed?
Peter Brown, excited that we're getting back to Inter Miami. I mean, the World Cup was awesome,
Yeah,
but you know, I've been, I guess, more club than country
both
lately.
of us. Exactly. Both of us were that way. So yeah, and it was, originally we had planned on doing a show yesterday, but I had a gathering at my house. And so it wasn't, didn't feel like kicking people out real quick because I like, hey, I got to go do a show. So I figured other people might be partying just as hard on the World Cup night. So figured
Yeah,
just do a little get together now and say hi to anybody that wants to join us. I see that Boss Daddy is here, so hey, Boss Daddy. And if anybody else wants to check in, go for it. But before we go too far, let's say a thank you to our sponsor, and that's Caneswear. Caneswear is located in Davie, Florida, just south of 595 on University Drive. Get all your Inter Miami gear there. Go use their app. They have an app. Go download it in any of your, app stores. And you can also go to caneswear.com if Davie is too far for you to drive. So all orders over $99 ship for free. So Sport Shorts is checking in as well. Hey everyone, David Beckham got a Fortnite skin a few days ago, and one style definitely is based off an Inter Miami suit. Oh, okay. Do you play Fortnite, Ed?
Peter, I don't even know what that looks like.
I don't play it either, but I'm sure Sports Shorts does. It's more his age group. But
Yeah.
I'm always looking for a new
So
game, but no, I haven't played
I'm
that
gonna
one.
look it up now. I've heard about it a lot,
Oh,
but
it's huge. It's a huge
never.
game. I mean, at this point, I think it's already it's old. But there was always talk. Oh, not talk. I mean, plans. For Disney bought a part of Fortnite, so they're gonna build a whole Disney section in Fortnite. I don't know if it ever happened because again,
Wow.
I don't play the
Yeah.
game, so I don't know. But
Nice.
anyways, so Ed, how was your World Cup night or afternoon? Actually, how
Well,
was
I've
it for you?
actually I went with my daughter Valeria to watch it at a place close by, at a bar actually. And while my wife went to church, and then after
Mm-hmm.
that we went to we out to dinner because it's her birthday. It's been like the whole
Oh yeah.
weekend's been her birthday. Yeah, today's her actual birthday, but it was just like, all these, she really got spoiled this year.
Yeah, but so yeah, we had a gathering in my
But
house
the World Cup,
for the World Cup, but you couldn't make it because it was your wife's birthday, and that's obviously way more important. But what did you think of the game? I mean, Spain clearly dominated. Uh, Argentina, it was embarrassing that over 90 minutes and they had no shots on goal. That's what was so surprising. No shots on goal. That
yeah.
I couldn't believe.
And yeah, Spain is just so good at creating, havoc on other teams, and they keep taking the ball away from them. And Messi was like a non-factor. He wasn't able to
Mm-hmm.
ever, create much until the extra
Yeah,
time
near the end, yeah.
when he had a couple of chances. Um, but still, they totally shut him down. I think the Argentinian coach just didn't know what to do. I think he should have done he should have brought in the players that played against England.
Mm.
He didn't bring in I forgot the guy's name, but one of the strikers, and I just I just think he totally fell apart because Spain is just that good, man. Spain is just but they don't score either. They're a low scoring team.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for the Argentina goalkeeper, that score could have been 5-0. They they
That's
they
true.
they had a lot of good opportunities, a lot of good chances that were stopped. So I don't know. I was don't get mad at me, everybody, but I was wearing a Spain jersey yesterday.
Goodness. It's
I
like at work, a lot of people were like, all of a sudden, Team Spain.
Well,
The people talking like, "Oh, we won," type of stuff.
I'm not doing that. I'm not Team Spain at all. I just happen to have a Spain jersey. Just someone gifted it to me many years ago. The jersey that I have is actually the 2010 World Cup jersey. It's got the
Did
thing.
Julio? Yeah. Did Julio criticize you for wearing it?
A little bit, a little bit.
Because he's Team Messi.
Oh, of course, he wore his Messi shirt. He was as close to being an Argentina fan as he possibly could. He was an Argentina fan, but he was a Messi fan. He wore his Inter Miami Messi stuff. So,
Nice.
yeah. All right. So, there's not a whole lot to talk about. We're not really a World Cup show. We did a little bit, but really want to get into the meat and potatoes of, man, I'm excited. Inter Miami's back. And this person, XPHD Wiz 4415 says, do you think Messi will play this game? I just joined the live stream. No, he will definitely not play this game. And I would not expect him to play the next game. Look, I'll be honest. He might not play until the League's Cup game, which is August 5th. That's my guess. I don't know. I mean, I think it's official, like no official, but I mean, official that he's going to Rosario for a few days. That's what we had heard, right?
Right. He's going to Argentina, go hang out over there, and I don't think he's going to come back for at least a couple weeks. Well
that's what I would
deserved,
say.
I guess you could say.
Yeah, I expected like a 2-week break after this. I saw some people saying, "Hey, why does he need a break? He didn't play."
Oh, that's true. He does walk a lot, but
he didn't do
when he
much
does
in
get
that
the
last
ball,
game, right?
yeah,
So, but
yeah, that's true. He couldn't do much. Spain was that good.
Yeah, I agree. But Sean thinks he will be back for the August 1st game against Columbus. He'll probably play. I mean, that makes where are we? I just did something. That makes sense. But again, it would not shock me if it's not until this game right here, August 5th. That would not shock me. I mean, I'm hoping that Sean is correct and that he'll be. He's not going to Montreal. Him and Rodrigo De Paul are not going to the Montreal game. We know they won't be at the Chicago game. They're not flying to Montreal. There's no way that's happening.
No, they're not going to do that.
And
for sure,
there is a possibility of the Miami Columbus game, but don't be surprised if they just save themselves for League's Cup.
Yeah. I agree with you. I don't think he's going to be, back in 2 weeks. Versus Columbus. I mean, we can cross our fingers, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah,
I think
One World saying
right.
he needs 17 days off. That's very specific. 17. Is that the math from now till the 5th?
Is that what he?
Is that
what he said? Did Jorge Mas say that? Because Jorge Mas kind of is bad at keeping secrets. I don't know if you've seen social media lately, Peter, but
where he confirms that Casemiro is coming without actually saying it.
Exactly. He's like, we've got a big announcement, and so we're looking forward to that. And they asked him, so is it Casemiro? And he's like, yes. Yep.
Yeah, didn't even shy around that one. Yeah, I think I did see that.
They just said yes, and I guess that's the announcement.
But the question is when? When does Casemiro come? He doesn't need a break. Now it's just the business side of things. We gotta give some money to what LA is it FC or Galaxy? I don't remember. It's one of the LA teams.
Is that what it is? I mean, is that what's keeping up him starting to play with Inter Miami?
I mean, there's also green card stuff, or not green card. I mean, but
work
visa.
Wait,
all that stuff.
Hold your horses, Peter Brown. Why then is Lewandowski probably playing against us on Wednesday?
Why? Because he wasn't in the World Cup, so he had plenty of time to get all his paperwork in order and all that kind of stuff.
But Casemiro hasn't been playing for what, almost 2 weeks now, since they got eliminated.
Yeah, but – Lewandowski wasn't in the tournament at all.
I got you. I got you.
So he's
Poland is
had
just
more
that
time
bad.
to be ready.
Yeah.
So
But I just figured they were talking about both of them at just about the same time. So I thought, that process
yeah,
could have happened. But I think Casemiro is a good acquisition. He's basically the real replacement for Busquets.
yeah.
He's literally that guy who's going to be doing that, and he scores goals. Peter Brown. He scored a couple of times with Brazil. So he's not just defensive midfielder. He's I think gonna be playing and scoring some goals. I look forward to that.
IL080 is saying it's the LA Galaxy. Yeah, it's the discovery rights. That's what we're talking about. Discovery rights. That's
Stupid discovery, right?
Ed's favorite topic is
Oh, Peter Brown. That's one of the things
Francisco
I don't
says
like. This
Casemiro has a 1 month vacation as FIFA rules. So when did Casemiro last play for? That's not accurate because we're not. I mean, Messi's not going to take a 1 month break.
Are you serious?
I can't. That doesn't
Let me
sound
look
right.
that up.
That doesn't sound
It
right.
just
Unless I'm
that
misunderstanding
just
kind of what he's saying, but I think it's the business side of things that just holds it up right now. Sure, he might want a vacation on top of that, but I think more than anything, it's the business. So we're expecting Casemiro, and and then we've got the that new kid, um, your guy. We got Caicedo, the 18-year-old
oh
Ecuadorian defender.
yeah.
Those are our two big acquisitions this summer. I think that's it, right? I don't think we expect anything else. So
Well, Fricio, I think I'm glad that they listened to us, Peter, because yeah, Fricio is a defender. He's a very tall defender. He's 6'4" and he's 18, Peter Brown, which
yeah,
means he could still grow taller. I like
I,
that.
I don't know about that. I mean, when do you stop growing?
21.
You think it's 21? All right.
Yeah,
All right. That's
yeah,
very
yeah.
you were
Ask
very
ChatGPT.
you were very firm on that, like as if you really
I
know.
know,
Because
Peter.
I
I
don't.
looked it up because when I was 18, I wasn't that tall, and I was like,
You're
man,
like
how many more
hoping.
years do I
You're
have?
hoping. Like, please
Yeah,
give me another
man.
couple
And
inches.
I looked it up in an encyclopedia because back then there was no Chat GPT, there was no Google.
Right. Right.
So I looked in the encyclopedia and it said clearly 21 years old, Peter Brown. I know what I'm talking about.
All right. So we're hoping he can be a future star. I mean, does he get a start in this game against Chicago?
I don't think he will. Just because
Nah.
he's 18. So I
Yeah.
don't
He's
think
a
he's actually going
project.
to be on the first. Exactly. He's a project. I know he played a couple of times for Liga de Quito in Ecuador. But I like that they've listened to us, and that Inter Miami's watching Football Miami TV because I've been saying it over and over again. There's great defenders in Ecuador. They had one of the best defenses going into the World Cup, because in the World Cup they didn't. I don't know what happened, but but going into the World Cup, I was always saying their defenders are really good and they're cheap.
Right.
So
You have said that. You have said that. They are cheap and good. Hopefully he's not another Avilés, because that's another young defender that we thought was going to be promising and made
yeah, and
boneheaded
got
mistakes and
yellow
got red
cards
cards left and right.
and yellow cards. He was just a card mania dude. I mean, he was just nonstop.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to Chile. He's going to go to I forgot the team name. I think it was O'Higgins or some crazy name like that. But I'm glad that he's going to keep his career going, but not with Inter Miami.
It's like they're just giving him away to anybody that'll take him. It's like nobody's even heard of this team. It's just
I
like
don't think anybody in Major League Soccer wanted him.
that's it. That's it.
So
And Miami's just trying to park him somewhere that so he's not on their so it doesn't affect the roster for the season.
right. So
So
first come, first serve.
so here's more conversation in the chat about the vacation. So Sean is saying FIFA mandates 21 days. Then this sounds more accurate to me. Abba Hishek says there are no mandatory rules. It's up to the players. Mbappe was back to PSG just after 3 days of the final in 2022. So to me, that makes more sense. Like when Sean is saying FIFA mandates 21 days, I think basically my interpretation of this, and this to me makes more sense, is that the player is
Yeah.
allowed to take up to that amount of time, and the team can do nothing about it. But if the player wants to come back, the player comes back. So if there's nothing you could do to stop them. That's how I would take it. But
I quickly looked it up and I can't find anything about that.
yeah,
So
we're also just trying to talk.
um yeah, so
Yeah, it's kind of
yeah,
hard to
I
look
don't think
stuff up while we're talking about stuff. Um,
yeah.
Couple
But
questions here. One question about IL080. Any word on more than one tri-rail nights scheduled train on Wednesday? So I tweeted at Tri-Rail this morning while I was waiting for the Tri-Rail. Because now I take the Tri-Rail every day to Hialeah.
nice.
So while I was sitting and waiting for the Tri-Rail, I said, let me tweet the Tri-Rail and say, hey, is there going to be a Wednesday night train waiting for us 45 minutes after the game? And the reason I wrote that is because it clearly states on their website that they will have a train on every weekend game, and that any other game they figured, I don't know how they figured this, but any other game would fall within the normal scheduled train times. And that's not accurate. Because the last train leaving the airport station, I believe, I'd have to look, I can't look at it right now because my phone is being used. But I think it's like 9:45. Something like that. Maybe 9:50, right? That's not enough time when the game starts at 7:30. Game, let's say at the earliest, ends at 9:30. You are not getting back to that train station in 15 minutes. It's not happening. You're not getting out of the stadium in that amount of time. So, but there's no mention at all. So I'm hoping Tri-Rail puts out some sort of messaging tomorrow, because I need to decide what I'm going to do, because like I said, take the Tri-Rail to work, and I work in Hialeah, which is one Tri-Rail station away from the stadium. My plan was to hop on the leave my car in Pompano at the train station for the morning, like I normally would, hop on the train after work, get on the South train, go one stop to the stadium, do that, and then obviously go after the end of the game, go all the way back home to Pompano, and all is well. But I don't know, and that's one reason why you were offering a ticket to me, and that's one of the reasons why I was telling you, no, I don't want this game, maybe one in the future, because it's too many unknowns, and I don't want to tell my wife to get on a train by herself to meet me at the stadium, and then having too many unknowns. It's I don't like it.
Yeah, and
I'm a bit
then
of a
yeah,
control freak, and I
you'll
don't
be
like not
stuck.
knowing.
And then you'll be stuck in Miami, and
That's
then
just it.
I'm
Do
not
I
gonna
then
answer.
right? Do I drive my car to work on that day and then park at the stadium, which I don't want to do, or I
No,
could, in theory, leave my car at work, and then if there is no train, then I just Uber to my office, which is would probably be like a 10-minute Uber at the most.
right.
So I don't know.
You're not that far.
A lot of things up in the air. I don't know. Um, Tri-Rail needs to put out a message about Wednesday night, because I would think that they've had record numbers of people riding the Tri-Rail since Inter Miami, and of course the World Cup, that they want to continue that.
So they never responded to you, Peter.
They have not. And here's the thing: whenever I did a video promoting Tri-Rail, they've retweeted or they've commented or whatever. They've noticed our videos of informational videos about using Tri-Rail, but they haven't answered my question.
Well, I
I will
suggest everybody to get on Twitter and then do what Peter Brown said and ask them. The more
hammer them.
people ask, the quicker they'll get. Yeah, hammer these guys. Right? Do you know what their Twitter
Yeah,
handle is?
it's at TRI_rail. So at @try_rail.
All right. You guys can do that. Let me put it in the chat real quick.
And yeah, I mean, that's on Twitter. I don't know what their other, on Instagram and all that. Hit them up wherever you can, but I'm on Twitter. So, I mean, I'm on Instagram, but I never use the app. I mean, I have it, but I don't really use it. So my wife is always sending me things on Instagram for me to, like, some silly thing for me to watch. And she's like, "Did you see what I sent you?" And I'm like, "No." I never see any of those things. I don't watch any of any of that stuff really. But so I'm going to tweet at him again tomorrow, probably at the same time when I'm waiting to get picked up by the Tri-Rail. I'll
And
tweet
say,
the
hey,
Tri-Rail.
I tweeted yesterday. You
Yeah.
guys didn't answer me.
And it's not like there's anybody working at these stations that you could say, go and ask. It's all like, you're going to a vending machine or whatever to buy your ticket. Or in my case, I bought the month pass. So I paid for the entire month since I'm using it more regularly. So
Yeah, well, that's not cool. But like I'm saying, everybody start hammering them with the same question. Are you guys going to be having a train on Wednesday? And hopefully they will respond, and you guys will be able to hop
Core
on
Short
that
says,
train.
I'm on the Tri-Rail tracker now, and at least tonight, the last four are 825, 850, 920, 950, and 1050. Is that leaving the airport? Because what I saw leaving the airport was, I think, probably, I said 945 was probably the 950 one. Wait a minute. She's sitting here saying, hang on a second. You don't know me, One World. You think you do. You don't know me. Old school phone call them, Peter, during business hours. I don't call anybody. I don't.
That's preposterous. You don't call people nowadays.
I don't call
That was
anybody.
19. That was the 1900s.
Yeah.
Can we text them?
Here.
Text them, Peter.
Let's check it out. Let's see.
WhatsApp them.
Schedules, the weekday schedule. Southbound. Miami Airport. That's southbound. I'm not going south. I want to go north.
North. There you go. No,
So
northbound. There
let's
you
see. North from Miami Airport. Yeah, here. Northbound.
go.
950.
950. That's a lot.
So I don't know how you can go southbound from the airport. Does it go further south? I don't think it goes further south. At least not on those days. No, at least not on game days. I mean, I don't think it goes further south. I don't know why. Anyways, I need it to be later than 950. I will not make 950.
Yeah.
950 will not work. So, wait, Wednesday night matches. Hang on, here we go. Sean Callahan says Wednesday night matches, July 22nd through versus Chicago, October 14th. Departure time 950. Yeah, 950 is not late enough.
Wow.
He's saying this is from the Inter Miami website from when they announced the deal. 950 is not 950 would work if the game started at 7, because then the game is at 7. You're done by 9:15. You get 30 minutes, 45 minutes to get to the station. That makes sense, right? But
totally.
When the game ends at the earliest at 9:30, 950 is not going to cut it. And I'm concerned. And I'm a nervous Nelly when that kind of stuff goes, because also I don't want to be stranded in Miami, and then have to call my wife and say, come pick me up. It's an hour drive for her to come and pick me up.
Yeah, that's preposterous. My wife wouldn't pick me up.
Oh, mine
be like,
would.
you figure it out, man.
No, mine would. Because what's the other option then? Is to take a Uber all the way back to Pompano? Man, you know how expensive that would be?
That would be really expensive.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
My wife would be grumpy about it, maybe, but she would do it.
It's the least she could do, right?
One World, One Goal. You still don't know me. You think you said you can leave early? No, I don't want to miss the game.
Right. Wait, he'd have to leave as the game is still going on, or?
And if we're talking about me Ubering, I mean, it's like in all reality, then I just buy the parking pass for the day and just spend $50 to park, or I split it with Julio, and I figure it out with our friend
Yeah.
Julio. But still, um, you know,
He's not that far from the stadium, and if he drives, yeah, he might be able to pick you up because he's in works in Doral. That's not too far from Hialeah.
yeah, I'm right in Hialeah. I'm real close. Take Uber to Brightline.
Brightline.
Brightline. But I'm not anywhere near Brightline.
Yeah, that's too far.
Brightline. So let's say, okay, so Brightline is nowhere near Hialeah, which is where I work. The
Hmm.
Tri-Rail station is 5-minute walk from my office, or it's not an office; it's a plant, printing plant. But
Yeah.
so Brightline doesn't work because at the end of the day, I've got to get to work. It's a work day, and so then it's like after work, it's figuring things out.
Right. It
Xavier
could work out.
Xavier says, just started watching. The first thing I hear Peter say is, "My wife might be grumpy about it, but she would do it." Well, it's true. Nobody's going to be happy to say, "Hey, come and get me. Drive an hour. Come and get me." Nobody would be happy with that, but she would do it. So,
At least she could do.
yeah. At the end of the day, what I might end up having to do is exactly what we were saying, is like, uh, park, whether it's by myself or with Julio, and just um, see how they deal with the train for the future. Because this is not the only Wednesday game. We're, you know, um, League's Cup has what, 2 Wednesday games? I think it's two in the first round. It's 2 Wednesday, 1 Saturday. So, and I'm going to those games. So we
Well,
got to
if
figure
I
it
think
out.
if enough people complain or ask, I think they'll do it because they know those games. A lot of people go. They use the tri-rail, so
Yeah.
I would imagine it would benefit them.
Yeah. Um, One World, everybody's saying for me to Uber to Brightline to go on the way home, but that's really a lot of rigmarole. Yeah, because my car would still be at the Pompano Tri-Rail station, not in the Boca Raton Brightline station. They're not that close. I'd still have to Uber home. At the end of the day, it would be cheaper for me to park. I didn't
Right.
expect this show to become my
It's become
travel
a
dilemmas. Hey, but
yeah
this is everybody's
arrangement.
got these issues. This is stuff we need to talk about because people got to figure out how to get to these games, and it's not necessarily clear. That's the thing, is the team really is pushing for us to use public transportation. There needs to be clear communication. Really, at the end of the day, I'm yelling at Tri-Rail, but I should be really more so yelling at Inter Miami. There should be clear communication. If you expect people to take the public transportation, they need to be communicating, okay, what do we do on a weeknight game as opposed to the weekend? Because everybody's pretty clear on the weekend, but we're not so clear about a Wednesday night. This is all new.
Yeah,
Next year, we won't be having these kind of questions. It'll be an old hat. But this year, it's all new.
pretty cool.
One World saying I'm a Peter Transit special. You know,
So
so,
okay, so what do we know so far, Peter? Messi's not going to play. DePaul's
getting
not
us
going to
back on the
play,
game.
and we're not sure that the transit special is gonna work out either.
Oh, we don't know anything. We don't know anything. All we know is we're excited to be back at New Stadium to see our team play. One way or another, I will be there, and hopefully we can beat Lewandowski. Here's the thing about this game, though. Chicago is a good team this year. We're in second place in the East. They're right behind us in third place. Ever since they got Berhalter as the coach, he's kind of slowly turning them around. And now they got Lewandowski on top of that. I mean, this is going to be a tough game.
Yeah, yeah, with no Messi, with no DePaul, I mean, it's gonna be tough, and everybody's like, everybody's rusty. We haven't played for a while.
That's right. Hey, this is a good point though. That what Sean's saying, going back to the train thing, they could just hold a train, maybe not run a special train. Like if the train is supposed to leave at 9:50, just hold it for like 15 minutes. Today,
Yeah,
to be in all honesty, my train ride home today was running 15 minutes late. They could just do that.
yeah, just run late.
Just run 15 minutes late. And that'll give me enough time. Kata's saying we need an FMTV shuttle. There you go.
When I win the lottery, we'll do that.
One World saying Chicago traded one guy though, right, or loaned to Mexico. Yeah, Kuiper. He was kind of their I guess their best goal scorer, but I guess maybe they've determined they don't need him now that they've got Lewandowski. He was expendable. They could sell him. They selling him to what? Monterrey, I think it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a good player, man. So, but yeah, Lewandowski should be the
More than
guy.
enough.
He was still scoring with Barcelona. Yeah, if he's got somebody that's going to feed him the ball, I don't think he's going to have a problem scoring.
Yeah. All right. So back to this game. Isle 080 says Silvetti, Berte, Suarez time. So can Berterame, score? He started to come around a little bit at the end before the break. But this break has been so long that it's almost like I forget. It's like a whole nother season, you know.
Yeah,
But this would be a
it's kind
chance
of
for
weird.
Suarez. Suarez maybe drops a little deeper, being a little playmaker. You imagine this is an opportunity for Bright to start. Um, you know, should be fun. I don't know if who else maybe gets in that starting spot. Do they still have the kid Ayala, right? I mean, maybe he comes in
Yeah,
playing a little bit in that Messi type role. I don't know. He's supposed to have been
right.
good, but he really hasn't done anything with us. Here's a question: do they take this opportunity to change goalkeepers? Do they use this break to now put in Novos Rios?
It will be interesting because for some reason they kept on playing the same goalkeeper the whole season. I don't know if that was a clause or something, but he's only sticking around for a year, right?
Yeah, he's a 1-year contract, but I mean, they kept playing him because he's a goalkeeper of the year. So they're like, look, he was a goalkeeper of the year for a reason, right? I think
Apparently
they're
he was.
I think they're asking that question of amongst themselves, like we got to keep him out there because it's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I, I don't know.
Yeah. Fun question here. Sports Shorts asked a little while ago. Any update on Vozinha? Do you want him? Do you want them to sign Vozinha? Or was it Vozinho or Vozinha?
Well, if he's cheap and he's got a lot of followers,
So for me,
social media.
it would just be a gimmick. All it is a gimmick. Yes, did he have a good World Cup? But the man's like 40 years old. He is not your future. Don't bring him here unless you just want to have another ticket selling gimmick. It is a good publicity move, but it's not like Inter Miami really needs publicity moves. We've got Messi, right? That's your publicity right there. So we don't really need it. I think it'd be a fun story. And so that's why it would make sense just from that perspective. But I mean, if he comes here, he's not your starting keeper. I mean, he had a good tournament, but he's 40 years old. Come on.
Right, right,
No, I don't
right.
want
I
him.
agree.
But having said all that, I would not have a problem with Rios Novo coming in because he he's been sitting on the bench waiting his turn, and our Canadian keeper isn't really doing it.
Right. Yeah, yeah. He's
So
not doing anything. So, well, I don't know. St. Clair should. I think it's time right now. Real's noble time. That's what I think.
Hey, one more one goal does remind me of something I say from time to time. We are a T-shirt club, Peter. Yes, we are. We are definitely a marketing team more so than a footballing team. But you know, Cotta feels like he's
Look at that.
better
Like,
than Dane St. Clair, who is garbage, by the way, of Canada. I mean, he may be better than St. Clair, but I just like if I'm personally if I'm benching St. Clair, I'm playing Rocco. I'm not playing a
right.
40-year-old Vozinha. Again, I think he's fine in case of emergency, and it would sell some jerseys probably. Maybe you bring him in if you brought him in. You could play him during the Leagues Cup. That could be his spotlight. It's a separate tournament, you know. Here you go. Sign Debo. Sign Debo.
Oh, hell yeah. But he'd be expensive.
Yeah, it's not happening.
He's a character. That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's not happening. Well, anyways. So we've learned nothing tonight. We haven't learned how to get to the stadium. Or actually, we know how to get there. We just don't know how to get back. We don't know how to get back. Obviously, we're not sure who the starting lineup is, but pretty good idea. I mean, we have a pretty. It's not going to be that much different than what we've seen. Obviously, two players, changed out, but it should be a fun game because in a game that I'm a little concerned about, can we win it? Because we don't have our star player. I'm not counting DePaul. He just gives the ball away all the time, and then once in a while he does something good. But it's going to be a tough game, but it'll be fun to be back at the stadium. So tomorrow we will have out a new video that I've finally releasing. I've had it filmed for a while, but it didn't make sense to release it during the World Cup. We're going to have Obstructed Views Part 2 video coming out tomorrow. So some people were asking about looking at a different perspective in the stadium and see the views from that perspective. So I've got that coming out tomorrow. So if you're going to go to the stadium and you have not bought tickets yet, you might have an idea of where not to buy tickets. So we'll have that coming out tomorrow. And then Wednesday, obviously I'll be at the game. And so we'll film a game day vlog. So we'll have that out on Thursday.
Nice.
So,
We should have a Spanish one out too. Probably tomorrow, I think. A Spanish show, finally.
All right, sounds good. All right, well, any last thoughts before we sign off here? It's past my bedtime, folks.
I don't think I think it's going to be a tough game tomorrow because I don't know how we are. I mean, how the play. I think the players have been practicing,
They have, yeah.
But I don't know how we're going to be without Messi. We're kind of Messi dependent.
We totally are, but there were times when after the Copa America when Messi was hurt and we played pretty well. So it's they can.
Wow. We'll see.
All right.
I guess we'll see. My prediction: Inter Miami 2, Canada, not Canada,
Chicago.
Chicago. I was thinking about the fires that were they weren't able to play a game this weekend, was it? Because of fires in Canada. So I was thinking about that.
Hey man, there was fires here in the Everglades. I was having ash on my car. Over
Wow.
Friday and Saturday, I think it was. There was ash on my car.
Yeah, there's been fires going on quite a bit all over the planet,
Yeah.
apparently.
Xavier Penny says the game is on Wednesday. No, yes, Wednesday. So that's why we're saying we will film a game day vlog on Wednesday, but it won't be released till Thursday. And now that I'm not home a lot anymore. So what time it gets released on Thursday is a good question. It could be Thursday night now. So I am not as available for FMTV as I used to be. So, but we'll get it out. And so hopefully if you can't watch the game, or even if you do watch the game, but you want to see the game from our perspective, and you know what? I'll film my experience of getting into the stadium, whether I end up driving, whether I end up taking the tri-rail. I'll film that part of it too, so you see the full experience of game day on a Wednesday. This will be our first Wednesday game at new stadium.
Yeah, nice. And somebody talking about the construction still going on around the stadium. I did see that they had people on the roof. They were fixing something. I guess there were leaks. People had
Mm,
talked about some leaks. They were getting wet a few games back. There's still construction going on. We'll continue doing construction because there's still a whole project going on at that stadium. So
yeah.
we'll continue doing construction videos.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to sign off and say thank you to everybody for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and click that join button. Become a member. Thanks, everybody. See ya.